Hey guys, this is just going to be a real quick tutorial on how to go through and grade yourselves and how to read each rubric so that you know exactly what a perfect essay looks like or an A essay looks like. So the only thing I'm going to go through would be the number 4 column because that is what you're hoping to achieve in each one of these areas. So focus and argument. The focus and argument states a clear argument related to the resources and prompt and maintains it throughout the work. So this basically means, do you have a thesis that's clearly stated, and in each one of your transition sentences, are you continuing to restate the question and answer it with one of those reasons? So if you followed that template that you were given, and you've done the thesis how you were asked to do, and you've done the transition sentences how you were asked to do, that's what you'll get a 4 for focus and argument. Evidence uses relevant and accurate details, and this is from 2 or more resources to support argument, so that you're not just using one of those articles or one of the videos that you were given, that you're using multiple. I will also be checking that in each one of your body paragraphs you have a piece of evidence. So even though you might only pull it from 2 sources, I'm still going to require that you have 3 pieces of evidence. So make sure that you guys have that, and that whatever is very important, whatever your reason is, that the evidence supports that. So it's relevant and accurate. So just make sure that whatever you put for your evidence in that paragraph, it goes with what the topic of that paragraph is supposed to be. Argument, there's 2 things in this area. It consistently uses grade appropriate strategies to clarify relationships between and among ideas and to connect evidence to argument. So again, this is a lot of the structure that you've been asked to do. If you followed that template that you were given, like, that is what this is talking about. This also talks about in this area, like the transition words and phrases and the way you connect your ideas, that everything flows together. If everything seems like it doesn't flow, then it's not a very good essay, because it's going to be harder for people to read. So make sure that you really followed that format and that you use transition words and phrases when you were asked to. The second thing in argument is that it consistently and accurately uses domain-specific words to develop and support argument. So again, those are the transition words and phrases. This also is talking about your vocabulary, so that you can write an essay using words that another 7th grader would use, that you're not using very simple words, that you're trying to boast your vocabulary a little bit, to make yourself sound like you know what you're talking about, if that's a good way to put it. So make sure that you go through, and if you have any sentences that you're like, oh, I could probably change the wording of this to make it sound a little better, then that's also what this is talking about. Conventions is the last area. So conventions is readable with most grade level conventions used correctly, and may use them creatively to enhance the message. Minor mistakes do not impede the reader's ability to understand the writer's meaning. So if you guys didn't know, conventions are it's basically grammar and spelling. So I don't want to see, especially because you guys can look up words, and you have and the Google Doc will actually tell you when words are misspelled, that I do not want to see any misspelling. I also want to see, for this area, conventions, grammar means complete sentences. So make sure that you have capitalized every sentence, you have an ending punctuation mark, that it makes a complete thought, that all names are capitalized, that you have gone through and really looked at the grammar of each sentence to make sure that you have written that sentence correctly. And if you have any questions on this and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is correct or not, then, or on any of this, do not hesitate to ask.